Hello everyone and welcome to the Body Development 2K Club Challenge Too Long Didn't Watch series for Making Chad Fat Loss vlog that I put together. So what you're going to see in the background is some of the examples of workouts that I did whilst I was training with Body Development. I don't have footage necessarily. I do appear in some of these videos, but not all of them. All of this footage is taken from Body Development's own YouTube channel. I recommend you go check them out. And if you're definitely serious about making some changes, they're a good place to start. And I'm not sponsored to say that. This is just me reporting back my results and saying, hey, these guys, I know what they're doing. So the purpose of this series is to basically go through a quick summary of my stats week to week, so you guys can get an idea of exactly where I was and where I was going. Interestingly, I'm shooting these after the fact, so I've already finished and we've already seen the end results, and now I'm recording with the knowledge I know now back over some of my stats and stuff, so I can give a bit more of a, informed opinion back of where I was. So my starting stats was 79.1 kilograms. I did my scan. So at the gym we have this body scanner which will give you your full body composition, and this basically is what I use as one of the major metrics to track all of my progress. So it can tell you your water weight, your muscle mass, so you can sort of see, and the PTs there, they can know if you're lying on the nutrition. So there's no point saying, oh, I didn't eat any donuts, and they're like, well, I can see that you clearly did. So yeah, that's 79.1 kilograms. That is 174 pounds. I will be looking down because I've got my stats right here, so I can do this in real time. So yeah, that was, my starting weight was 79.1 kilograms. My in pounds, that's 174. My water weight was 44.4 kilograms. I took this scan at the end of the day, so I was holding on to more food and water weight. So the rest of the scans that I did were always in the morning, 8 AM on Mondays, whenever possible. So it's before I had all of those things. So my initial weight reading was probably a little bit higher than it actually was in the mornings. My fat mass was 18.2 kilograms, and that was a total of 40 pounds of body fat. In total, that was about 23% of my overall mass was in body fat. So no abs there, as you can see from the initial photos, and I'll pull the photos up at the end so you can sort of see where my starting point was. My muscle mass was 34.5 kilograms, so that is 76.1 pounds of muscle. Over time, I'm looking to build that up, and you'll see throughout this series how I went about doing that. My total deficit per day for the first week was about 706 calories per day. The target was only 500 a day, so I ate less than I was supposed to. I made a bit of a mistake in this week actually, and ate, because I was worried I was so far behind calories, I ate a whole bunch of chicken thighs to try and compensate for the fact that I was behind, and ended up putting myself in not such a great position. And I got used to then planning the meals out on MyFitnessPal before cooking them and checking them so I could make sure that I was on schedule. My total spend was about 75 pounds of UK money. That's 90 euros or $100. That was very expensive first week, and ideally that's not exactly how you'd be doing it if you are a single person. You would be looking to get it a lot cheaper. I did get the cost down a lot later, as you will see, but for this first week, yeah, it was just kind of filling that out and getting rid of all the processed grains, the sugars, and the oils. Well, getting all of that out of the diet is the hardest part, because you throw it all away out of your cupboards, they're going to be looking quite bare, and you're also trying to get used to 18-hour fasts, no alcohol. This was all very, very extreme and big shock to the system. Fortunately for me, I'm very, very disciplined, so I can hold up and do those things, but that is the thing that you're going to find the hardest about this, is just not giving in to those cravings, having snacks, or breaking your fasts and eating a bunch of junk, or drinking. That's the biggest part, is that you'll be surprised how much in calories that you just drink over time, and then don't add them into your calculation. So your app will be telling you one thing, but your results will be telling you something else. My ending weight for this week was 75.7 kilograms. Now, interesting, that looks like I've dropped about 3 kilos if you just look at the stats. However, because the scan was taken in the evening after I'd eaten and drank a lot of stuff, it wasn't the most accurate reading. That's going to be holding on to some water weight, it's going to hold on to some food weight. So if we sort of say my starting weight was about 2 kilos less. I'm looking more of that like a 1.2 kilogram drop in total. And that was kind of like the starting point. I lost about 1 kilogram per week. That does slow down a lot later in the series, but you'll understand why when we get to that point. Overall, a very, very successful week. Just getting used to the routine and mapping out all the food and stuff on MyFitnessPal and then planning my shops. That was the first challenge actually, so I walked into the store and had no idea what I was going to be buying, and I ended up walking around trying to scan everything with MyFitnessPal. And what I'd recommend is just for the easiest route, I would look at some of the stuff that I was eating and then try that for yourself. Put those stats into MyFitnessPal, see if it lines up with your goals, and then copy that. If not, yeah, you're just going to be looking at about a macro split of 15% carbohydrates, 25% protein, and the rest in fats. And the easiest way to do that is chicken thighs and pork belly for your calories, and turkey is very, very good for your protein, but you can also experiment with fish or other protein sources like steak if you want to spend a bit more money on your food. And to be honest, if you're putting that much effort into it, you should invest a little bit more into the food. You're going to be getting a new wardrobe later anyway, so instead of spending that money on going out or drinking, go ahead and just get yourself some proper food. So yeah, to wrap this first video up, I'll show you the photos once again if you've watched them in the main channel or the intro video. This was my starting point. Got a long way to go, and it's actually kind of shocking because back then I look at myself and think I look fine. I was like, when I looked in the mirror, I was like, yeah, you know, I didn't have, my gut wasn't really hanging out. I wasn't feeling overweight, but it was obviously it was something I wanted, the ripped look, and I figured it would take me until about May to get there, and I was actually right in my estimation. But I didn't realize now on the side-by-side comparison how big the difference was going to be in just 124 days. So let's wrap this one up here. I hope you've enjoyed this first series. If you have, you can hit the like button and remember to subscribe to the channel so you can sort of see when our new videos are dropping, and then you can follow along in real time and not miss a single thing. And ask questions in the comments. I'll be interested to hear how your journeys are going, or if you want to know anything that I've not covered here. So guys, have a great day. I'll catch you next week for another TLDW. Until then, take it easy and best of luck.